Change that. Oh, fuck me. Boop 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 boop. Low. Alright. Need to switch this over real quick. What's up, Philip? Alright, so finally. Sorry if people got in chat earlier. I was trying to get chat set up. We're going to do review day. Woohoo! So we'll probably do one repair maybe if we have time after this. Yeah, I forgot to change it before it started, so I went ahead and typed it in, but hopefully it will update after it uploads. If not, I'll have to change it. Yeah, Paul was about to go to bed. Alright, so today we've got a box of goodies. A lot of these are going to be underfill or chip removal tools. But I'm going to go ahead and say is I'm going to recommend a majority of these items because I use them every day. We'll go ahead and set them out here so you all can see what we've got. We'll talk about those a little later. That goes there. Chip holder. Magnetic workspaces. Got a lot of stuff in here to kind of show you. Again, a lot of stuff that I already use is in this box, so you all have probably seen it before. Let me switch over to the main view. That way you all kind of get a better, you all can have chat in there. And then we'll switch on our main view there. Cool, cool, cool. Alright, so the first thing that we're going to, where are the repairs? The first thing we're going to review, so a while back, I got, when the first iPhone 7 stuff came out, I got the tool from QianLi that does the iPhone 7 home button stuff. Well, it looks like Union Repair has come out with their own that does the same process. This one, I don't know if it'll fit my iron or not. Looks like it uses a much smaller iron on this one than the one that I have. You would have to have a specific tip that will fit that. You can see, I don't know if you can catch that, down inside of it, it's got a hole where the iron runs through to the center. And just like QianLi tool, you set your home button in, and you can slide this over, and you can remove the turtle IC and work on the home button under a heated system. Kind of help remove chips easier. Camera keeps getting out of focus. Yeah, I don't know why it's doing that. I think it just hates life. Yeah, whatever. But these units are very helpful. Let me pull it up on their website so you can see it. Alright, so if we can get there. Okay, on their website they have the home button flex repair tool, and Union Repair has gotten really organized with their stuff. They kind of show you everything that you're going to work on, and just the tool in general. These are kind of specific. This one looks like it uses the heating element only. You don't have to actually use the iron tip. It's one of those ones that has a slip off tip and you slide the actual heating element in there. Looks like a really tight fit. The QianLi one is much larger. I can actually slide my iron into this one. On these, they actually have a small spot for just the heating element down the center. $32, easy to find. I don't know how easy it is to find the G-line tool anymore. I got that one very early on, but this one, well worth the money. I've used this several times. I mean, you're talking about taking somebody that has to go to Apple and spend $130 versus you can offer them like a $50, $60 fix. It's well worth the investment. The next one we will go on to, which is going to make good for reviews. These are the tools that Paul Daniels was talking about. I don't know if they sell the hooks individually, but they come in these kits with the actual wand, and you can see it's got the hook tool right there that comes with it, and it also has the spatula tool. So this is the one that I use every day. My spatula is quite tweaked and bent because I abused the shit out of it. Fits the FM 20, 27, 28, yeah, probably. If it's the one that has a slip over heating element, it will fit it. A lot of the twist down top ones are the ones that work with that home button repair tool. The hook is the main thing, and Paul Daniels talked about this on his stream today. This hook is very, very thin, but allows you to really get in near your components while you're working. I'm gonna grab a board here so you all can see this. If I have one sitting over here, I put everything up. Yeah, we have one. Do we have an and? We do have an and. Sweet. Let me grab my board holder, which is also on Union Repair. These board holders have been awesome. I love them. Not necessary, but it's a nice luxury. A lot of these tools aren't really a necessity, but I mean, if you're going to do this work, it makes life so much easier. Let me get the camera over here so you all can see it. Get my focusing. Alright, we'll zoom out a little bit there. Let's peel back the cover for the NAND here. Yeah, the shims are only good for lifting ICs. And my phone's ringing. Probably gonna get copyright strike because it's a copyright song, and you know how YouTube is. Doesn't matter if you actually listen to anything or not. It's just gonna flag it because it heard it. Although I'm not necessarily worried about income off of this video. Let's see who called real quick. Actually, anyway, so let's peel back the NAND real quick. I do this because this sticker gets destroyed under heat anyway, so I'll show you how easy this thing will cut through underfill. So normally on these I do like a lower airspeed. My station comes on at 35, so I'll leave it there. So I set it to right around my working temperature because you're not going to be here very long. 350 is my working temperature that I normally set at. So I'm going to go ahead and let this heat up some. And you can see that that hook has a very thin profile. It's pretty rigid for as thin as it is. Where can you get it? I'm going to show you here in a second actually. We'll link these. If they're not linked in the bottom, I'll show you the direct link to Union Repair for these tools. So I'm going to go ahead and just start heating up the underfill area, and now I'm going to press the hook into it, and if you watch you can see it just kind of plows the underfill right out in between. I mean, this thing's thin enough that I can cut in between the components and the chip and clean out that underfill. So now I've gone through, there's a little hang up there, just heat it up and see you can push right through it. So I'm checking to see if you want to be able to push this through without much resistance at all. So there you can see I can go all the way down the side of that chip and I've cleaned out that underfill. Now we can do the same thing on this side. We'll just start to heat it up. You want to go pretty slowly. Sometimes you'll knock caps, but it's pretty rare as long as you take your time. So just heating ahead of where I'm working and just putting slight pressure. I'm not trying to like force this through. Let the heat and let the tool kind of do the work for you. There you go. So we've cut through all this underfill right here along the chip edge. We haven't disturbed these little caps that are literally right next to the NAND. And you really need to do this for any chip that's underfill, because if you don't clean out this underfill beforehand, you're going to end up pulling it whenever the chip comes off. And this, on the ends here, this underfill is completely loose. You can see I can pick it out with that pick. And there's your underfill that was stuck to the side of that chip. The main thing here is you want to separate between your components and what you're taking off. So whenever you're taking these chips off, if you don't pull those components, it turns into a nightmare. Alright, let's see if that comes up under search here. Yep, there it is. We'll pull that up here. Thank you for that, Repair Lab. Appreciate it. Alright, so we'll put that up on screen. There is the item there, and you can see it's literally $10. It's pretty crazy. I mean, it's for as useful as this tool is. It's crazy how cheap it is. I mean, it's not. There's nothing crazy special about it, but the help that this is going to give you for the price is awesome. So we will slide on over here and keep on going. So that's the underfill removal. The spatula side of that is so you can slide under the chip. The spatula is fairly firm. This one's kind of bent up, but fairly firm, allows you to kind of slide in and get underneath the chip. Now this one comes with a wide blade, but they also sell these kits that come with the same handles. So we'll switch over so you all can see these, and I'll have to look this one up. This one's going to be a multi-piece tool also, but it comes with the same handles, same company, but it comes with multiple inserts. So these have underfill hooks in them. They have thin removal tools. You'll see if you ever watch any of the Qilon videos or anything like that, he uses a removal tool that is this one. It's the 009. If I can get it to come out of the thing. It's got tape on the back of it, which is holding it in place. Alright, let's get it out of there now. Okay, so this tip here is the one that you'll see Qilon use a lot to remove CPUs and stuff. It's very rigid for as thin as it is. It gives you a lot of pushing force to push in under the chip. It comes with many different hooks and spatulas. We'll look at all these. See if we can see them here. If it'll focus. There you go. You can kind of see the hooks there. So you got different blade widths. You've got a hook there, hook for underfill. A slightly wider version of the one I just showed you. You've got, let's very hard to see that. You've got a very broad fan here, and you've got an even broader fan there. And it's the same tools on this one too, so you get 2 of them in each box. They're very, very useful. Highly, highly recommend them. I'll look this one up now so we can look at that one. Yeah, these make underfill removal stuff extremely easy. Before these were out, I used to try to use a razor blade, and it just made the work really difficult. It's not necessarily like using a razor blade can be done on NANDs, but on other chips it's really not a great idea. Alright, so I'm gonna switch you over here. This toolkit, if you don't get it, you're kind of crazy, because the cost on it is $8.50. If you buy, I'm gonna try some CPUs. Actually, we've got a bunch of parts boards that I'm gonna try. They're all iCloud locked, but I'm gonna try to pull the CPUs on them and reball them. I really need to practice it. But this kit is $8.50. Well worth the investment. The shipping can be higher on stuff since this is coming from China, and it surprises me when people are like, well, why is shipping $20? Well, you're paying for DHL shipping, so I mean, it's not that high. So whenever you buy this stuff, I recommend you buy a few things to save yourself costs on shipping. These tools, I mean, honestly, is $20 really that big of an investment on shipping if you're going to make, I mean, how much money can you make off of using these tools? Like, it's just the underfill cleaning tool alone pays for itself in one NAND replacement. So it's not that big of an investment. They gave us 2 of these kits. I'll be giving away one of these, so we're gonna do a a giveaway in the comment section on this video. So if you all want one of these, I'm gonna give away these. We're gonna give away one of the underfill hook sets, and we're also gonna give away this little guy here, which I use a lot. And this is the underfill removal tool after you've removed the IC. So let me switch it over here to the other camera. This little blade here, it's just like a little spatula. I'm sure you all have seen this, and I've used it on stream a lot. But what you do is you use your hot air, and you can take this and just run it across the underfill, and it will cut it and lift it up. I mean, it's a really good tool. You have to be careful with it though. If you get too aggressive, you'll cut into the top layer of the board. Like it's not sharp. Like, you can rub it on your hand, it's not going to cut you, but it does such a good job of skimming off layers. You can actually skim the top layer of the board. It's pretty crazy how efficient it is. We'll look this one up here too. Same company. This company makes a lot of good just handheld products. I don't know how to pronounce it, so I'm not going to try. But all of their handheld tools are really useful. So here, let's switch it over so you all can see it. This one's black, but they have green ones too. There's not really any difference. It's the same tool. But again, $8. These tools are really sturdy too. It's all aluminum. It's got brass ends on it. You can't, like, bending these is next to impossible. I mean, you could, not by hand at least. I mean, if you're really angry, you could probably beat the crap out of it and bend it, but daily use, you're not going to bend this hand piece. The ends are a little fragile because they're so thin, but gotta be careful with that. That's kind of common sense if you're working with something like that. So again, we're going to be giving away the hook tool and the underfill cleaning tool. These will be separate giveaways. along with a stencil or the shim kit with the 2 handles. We'll be giving that away also. So to be entered in the giveaway, if you all don't mind, leave the video a like and leave a comment and say what you want. If you want all of them, just say all. If you're wanting one specifically, just say the specific one that you want, and then we'll do a random choosing and see who gets them. Alright, so we're going to move on to stencils. Now, let me see which one this is. If this is the 3D or if this is a different one. Alright, so this is the one. I love the 3D stencils. I've recommended them to everybody I know. They're made by, I think they're made by ML or whatever the company's name is. But the same company here that makes these removal tools also makes stencils. Now, they tried here, and this stencil is probably better than most of what you get. This is an i7 3D stencil. The only thing I don't like about it is these are not a one-piece CNC'd. As you can see, they have a second shim piece that's riveted to the back of this, and while it does hold the chip in place, this is far thinner, like far thinner than this one, which is the actual CNC'd or punched 3D stencil. Now when I try to bend this, like it doesn't flex very easy. But with this one, like it flexes a lot. Like you can hear the difference in it. Listen to it. Now this one, like it's just a lot thicker with these stencils. I think if you're gonna get a 3D stencil, I would get either one of these. If you're just wanting something that'll hold the chip in place while you're kind of working on it. But I have to say, I do like the square punched hole. This is by far much higher quality than what you're going to buy with those cheaper ones like these, which are the rounder hole ones. These are very, very thin, almost paper thin. They do not do well. Does this one bend when you heat it? Yes. This one is thin enough when you heat it, it flexes quite a bit. Now this one, the one that I use every day, Scoop, is much thicker and it barely flexes. Too much heat? Not necessarily. It doesn't take much heat to make these deform. I mean, to get solder to melt, you're usually at least like 280, 300 if you're on low heat. So these things will still flex, unless you just want to sit there and heat it for an hour. So again, these are the Geek Bar. They're made by the same company that makes those hand tools. QianLi, I guess is what it is. It's probably butchering it. I'm sorry. But this is far better than the round hole punch ones. This is a square punch. It gives you a better reball. But I do recommend, if you have the money, go ahead and step up to the fully punched out or CNC'd 3D stencils. So we'll switch on over here. We've got 2 more stencils to review, and then we've got a interesting little board holder design. It's not my favorite, but I can definitely see how it's useful. So these are the same thing, same exact stencils, different models. Again, riveted on. They're not the CNC'd. As you can see, they just have little rivets that hold them in place. We'll give these away if people want them. I'm not going to use them personally. I don't think they're bad. I think they're still great stencils. It's just not the... These stencils here are far more expensive, but the quality is much better. How thick these are is much better. So lastly, the last review we're going to do is these funky little board holders. I'm not sure who makes them. They've got a... I'm sure our Chinese viewers can tell what it says, but I can't. But these are universal board holders. So what you can do with these is they have magnets in them. So they have a magnet there and 2 magnets here, and they come with these little stencil board holder inserts that just clip right onto it. It gives you something to work on that's weighted. This is quite heavy. Let me try mounting up a board in it. That's a 7 plus. Let's do a 6 plus. Let's see. Here we go. 6 plus. So 6 plus. It also has screw mounts down in here if you want to screw these in place to hold it better. But you can see here, you set your board in here like so. And then you slide these little holders over onto the screw mounts. And it gives you something to work on your boards with. So now, I mean, it's a weighted bench here a little bit, so they hold the board just as tightly as anything else. It's more compact. I'm sure these are far cheaper than buying the actual large holders. Let's look and see real quick. We'll scroll down here and find them. So these holders here are $22 a piece for the bigger ones. This holder here, let's see if I can find it. It's not called board holder. Let's see what it's called. See if there's a number on here that will give me a hint as to what it is. Yeah, if you have a tight space, it's much better than the larger ones. I need to find them though. Universal board holder. Where are they? I've seen the owner of Union Repair post these up too, and I can't find them. Let me try magnetic. That might bring it up. It's crazy how many tools they have. Like, if you ever get a chance, go to Union Repair and just kind of look around. Like, there's so much stuff that they have. It's kind of like a kid in a candy store for me. Universal PCB. I don't think that's it. I think I just looked at that one and that's not the one. Yeah, that's not the same one. The QianLi or QianLi, I can't pronounce it. It's the same design, but it's not the same company, I don't think. But anyway, I can't find it on their website. I'm sure I'm just looking it up differently. But these offer some universal appeal versus buying the individual board holders like I do for the other ones. With these, you can mix and match them, and the magnets are very strong. So you put them on there, mount your board, just start working. There's nothing really wrong with these. I just prefer the larger working space. I'll be giving away these also, the board holder, universal. It has iPhone 7, iPhone 6s, iPhone 7 Plus, and 6 Plus. So we'll give this away as one set the holder and everything, like both holders and all the universal inserts. I'm not sure how much it is. The universal one that they have listed is $30, but there's different ones on there. And then lastly, we have the WL, which I'm going to keep for myself. This is a universal chip holder. You take your IC and you place it in here and you screw this in on it. So let me grab a NAND. This would definitely be useful for like CPUs and stuff if you're working on them. They have cutouts for different size ICs up here also to work on, but if it doesn't fit one of those, you can take and you can come in here and say we wanted to work on this NAND. We just snug it up there, and now we can work on that chip. It just gives you a nice working space. Keep the chip from moving around. Can't keep the best one for yourself? Well, lucky you. You can buy this. Let me pull that one up. They do have this one listed. It's only $20, so it's not crazy expensive. It's the one you wanted? Well, I don't have one like this, so I really wanted to keep it. The universal board holder I have it comes with inserts that you can do the same thing with it. The one that I'm sure you all seen Mark using this one. This is from the Fix company. But if you want a universal PCB holder, highly recommend this one. I use it for anything that I don't have a board holder for, and it's really nice. And yeah, it can, the holder that I'm looking at now, it's mentioned in chat, it can hold 2 boards. It can indeed. So if you look here, which you can't see it, but you'll see it shortly, if you put the board to the outside edge here, you can clamp the board into it. Well, I didn't tighten it down, but tighten that up. There we go. And knocked it out again. But you can tighten these boards down. Gives you something to work on. What's up, bro? And really, it gives you the option, so if you're transferring chips, you have both boards side by side. So
Let me take my board over there real quick.
I'll take your board real quick.
Take your board real quick.
There, Mark.
Alright, I'll be right back. Let me get a bag or something.
But again, this is on their website. $20. Universal high temperature PC board holder and fixture. They have some pictures here with the different chips they hold. You can see we've got a CPU there, baseband, another CPU, another baseband, NAND, PCB, 2 PCBs. You can get wild and crazy with it. It's a really good little holder here. So, again, if you would like one of these, we're going to put them in the giveaway slot here. You'll just have to like the stream and leave a comment on which one you want. If you wanted this board holder, if we get enough interest for it, I'll give it away. I'll buy one for myself because I'm that nice of a guy. But thank you all for watching the reviews. I'm going to upload the other reviews I did earlier, and I think I'm going to go home because I got to get stuff ready beforehand. But again, leave comment, leave a like, let me know which one you want, and we're going to be giving away all these tech goodies. Let me put it up on the big screen so I can see it. And again, a humongous thank you to Union Repair for sponsoring all this. Before they ever contacted me, I'd already been buying from them. So it's not something I'm just saying because they've sent stuff in. I literally have used their website many times. There's a lot of useful tools on there. You'll get lost for hours there. We buy all our small parts, stickers, like the covers and stuff that you can get for these boards, like the EMI stickers and the covers for the fronts. They have all kinds of stuff, so I highly recommend checking them out if you haven't been there. Very good resource directly out of China. Very helpful. They tend to get back to you pretty quickly if you have any questions. But anyway, that's going to end this stream. Thank you all for watching, and have a wonderful day. See ya.